We thought it might be a fun experience to talk about our first anime convention, and mine was actually Anime Expo 2000. I was invited out with my friend Liz, who you may know from the Chibi Project, and we wanted to, just go have some fun as anime fans. And she told me, well, a lot of people dress up in costumes, so you should probably come up with a costume. We're going to have costumes. So I talked to a coworker, and we put together a mediocre Fario costume from Magic Knight Rayearth and went out there and had a blast, and just went downhill from there. Now I've gone to over 100 conventions, started 2 of them, and have a whole website. Who'd have thought? But yeah, it's all because of my first anime convention.
So my first convention experience was Otakon 2004. I used to be part of this website called The New Final Fantasy, and we had a pretty tight-knit online group there, and my friend Holly was going to Otakon, and she asked if I wanted to. So I booked the flight and went down to Otakon. I made 3 crappy costumes with my mom leading up to it beforehand, and it was a blast seeing all these costumes and just the whole atmosphere of people wearing different things and going to panels about different things. And I wasn't that into anime at the time, I was more into video games, but the one group I did know was Larkin CL, and they played at Otakon, which was absolutely fantastic. And from there, I didn't go to a con for a couple more years, but it was a lot of fun to get into it, going a huge convention in Baltimore for my first time in an AnimeCon.
My first anime convention was Otakon 2001. I had never been to a convention before, and there's a lovely program guide for it. And I just had wanted to go for a little while, and it just happened that my brother was living in Baltimore at the time, and I said, hey, I would really want to check this out. And we went for Friday, and I had an absolute blast. And I've gone to every Otakon since then. It's kind of at this point become a tradition for me. I don't know what summer would be without Otakon, and it's the only time I've ever gone to an anime convention that I've gone for one day, and I will never do that again.
My first anime convention was actually Anime Boston 2005. I'd wanted to go since 2003 when it first started, but I had stuff to do, so I couldn't go. So I finally got to go in 2005, and I dragged one of my college friends. She had no idea what any of this stuff was about, but she was a good sport. And I said, let's just go for the day. So we went the first day, and I dressed up as Renoa from FF8, and I forced her into clothes from the closet to look like Alone from the same video game, so we would match. And we had a really good time. We saw all these awesome costumes, and I actually took a picture of 5 different people, and I later on became friends with all of them, and I'm dating one of them. So it was a good way to test it out. Just went for the day, and then the next year I signed up and went for the whole weekend and completely got into it. So
my first AnimeCon experience, that would be Anime Boston 2003. Never been to an AnimeCon before, and my friend, childhood friend, was like, oh, come on, let's go. It's the first one in Boston. They don't have one out here. And we go, I learn everything about a dealer's room, AMV contests, stuff like that. And they're like, let's go to a signing. And they had Scott McNeil. And Scott McNeil is known for being Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Well, there's also an AMV of Piccolo singing I'm a Cucumber. And someone dubbed him singing I'm a Cucumber. So I went to the signing and I gave him a jar of pickles. I still have that jar of pickles. It says I'm a Cucumber, Scott McNeil.